So yeah, hey everyone, my name is Sagar Chalasya. You guys watching Learn What Matters, right? So today here I am explaining about linked list. What is linked list? What are the patterns that you have to study to solve any kind of problems? But before moving ahead, I just want to say that if you are facing issues while solving DSA problems, or you don't know like what you have to study, how much patterns should you have to cover for one particular topics, right? Like for example, graph, DP, or linked list, recursion, anything, right? So how to study, what patterns you should study, right? You are on the right track, you are in the right channel. I can share you my insights, my hard work of 1 year, 2 years. I'll share you my every knowledge that will really help you to understand that okay, what are the patterns that you have to study and DSA very fastly, right? So yeah, so today I'm here to be discussing about the linked list. So you guys see on my screen. So today I want to just start with the problem, right? So the problem is what? Linked list cycle, and then I'll show you the proof. How can we recognize the pattern there, right? So given the head of a linked list, determine if the linked list has a cycle in it. There is a cycle in a linked list if there is some node in the list that can be reached again by continuous. Internally, pause is used to denote the index of the node that tail's next pointer is connected to. Note that pause is not passed as parameter, so you have to return true if there is a cycle in the linked list, otherwise return false. So you have to just identify the cycle. You guys saw the question, right? Now I'll show you the patterns. Okay, so you see my whiteboard screen. So there were mostly 4 patterns that you have to solve any kind of linked list pattern. Okay, so let's start with the slow and fast. So for example, how can you identify that here when you start with the slow and fast pointer? Simple. You have given a problems and you have to identify pairs of element that meet some certain conditions, such as midpoint of the linked list, detecting cycle. Now pause. You might be say that, hey Sagar, we have saw here the word cycle, detecting cycle. So can we solve this pattern? Can we use this pattern to solve this problem? Linked like cycle? The answer is yes. Are you guys understand what I'm saying? So when you look to the pattern, when you see the question here, what you noticed, the question is directly saying if there is a cycle in a linked list, right? So from this cycle, I can be identified that hey, I can go with the slow and fast pointer, and that is correct, right? The same like we have another pattern that is called the domino technique, where you have to identify, like domino technique basically means that you have given a linked list like that, and you have to be define on any one extra node in the front of the whatever you give in the linked list, right? And then you have to just attach with that. And these kind of questions, like when you're talking about I would like to say inserting some elements, or when you have to reverse the linked list, on that time you have to be use this domino technique. Then we have a recursion technique where you have given a problems and they ask you for traversal, or you have to manipulate the linked list structures, right? The last we have a in-place reversal techniques, right? So these are mostly we used. This pattern like in place reverse techniques, so these are mostly used to avoid the extra space. Like if you have given extra space, how can you avoid that using the linked list technique, right? So I hope these 4 patterns, if you cover with around 30, 35, 40 based upon your how much you put efforts, once you complete this, I believe that you can solve any kind of problem. I show you the proof that how can you identify any kind of pattern. Once again, I'm telling you that how can you identify any kind of pattern, right? So for example, whenever you have saw any question in the lead code or anywhere, like in the HackerRank, GFG, anywhere, you try to understand the words. Like for example, if I said cycle here, right? If there is anywhere cycles or anything are mentioned, that you have to use the pattern, that you have to identify that okay, here I can use with the that is what slow and fast pointer. Good to go. So thank you so much guys for listening me. I hope this video really help you, and these kind of contents are really very important. Like I share my 4 whatever the patterns I share to you, that only patterns if you solve with the varieties of questions, you are able to move to the next, right? Move to the next data structure, because you waste a lot of time to just understand one particular topic which really doesn't help you, right? So thank you so much guys. You guys watch Learn What Matters. Again, if you wanted to upload any kind of videos like related to this system design, development, how to study, what to study, you just DM me, I will help you. Just comment